Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. Well, if you've seen the title or the thumbnail, you know we got the big disappointing news today that The Wheel of Time will not be returning for a season 4 on Amazon Prime, which was a major disappointment, to say the least, certainly for me and many others who are fans. And I just figured I'd jump on and do a quick video just to kind of get it out there. It's just so disappointing. And it's just kind of the way the TV world works. I'm not foolish to think all it takes is passion to keep something on the air. Goodness gracious, I've been watching genre, sci-fi and fantasy shows for, 50 years, dating myself. But hey, that's the way it is. And lost more good shows than I can count. But when it happens, it still hurts because I still love to go all in on these things and really enjoy them. And this, if you haven't watched The Wheel of Time, I'm not going to share any spoilers, but this is a situation where you have a show that's built on a series of 15 books. So you have got a ton of content out there. And they've been able to get through some of it here in the first 3 seasons. And if you haven't seen it, I'd still recommend you give the show a watch. It's not going to leave you at a total dangling point after 3 seasons. It's obvious that the whole story isn't being told. But, I mean, this is epic fantasy done right. And we don't always get that. It's so hard to adapt, high fantasy or epic fantasy and do it, the way that we that are fans of it really enjoy. But this is a show I thought did it. It got better with each passing season. There were challenges, sure. There were issues. The first season was being filmed during COVID and had an issue with one of the main actors becoming unavailable partway through it. So there was, reasons for why it maybe wasn't as good as it could have been. But I thought, by the time we got into season 2, things were really working well. And then most recently in season 3, wow, that was a great season. It just finished airing. It's probably one of the best high fantasy TV seasons that I've ever seen. And as I said, I love to watch this kind of stuff. So they did a great job with it there. You've got multiple character arcs, multiple strong actors, character lines you care about. You can identify with different characters, talk to fans, and people have different favorites. So it's not all geared through just 1 or 2 characters. And that's great to see. This is a show that my level really went up because I found a strong fandom. Obviously, with the book series, it's been running for 20, 30 years or so. There's tons of book purists and folks who really love it. And sometimes that means when you adapt it to TV, you get a bit of that divide where folks who only love the books or only want to see them do a direct adaptation create some friction there. And I'm not saying there isn't some in the Wheel of Time fandom for sure, but I found so many folks who just embraced the show for what it was and embraced folks like me who were show-only viewers who might have questions or wanted to talk about things. It was really wonderful. There were some great YouTube channels where I got reactions and news and insights. I'll put some links in the description below to a few of them that really hit home and helped me out a great deal because there's some great stuff there. And part of the reason for doing this video the day that this announcement came out is mainly as just a bit of a catharsis to kind of get it out. I figure if I talk about it a little bit, I'll feel a little better because no matter how many shows I've watched over the years or how many times this happens, because, shows, it's so rare for a show to have the creative folks who are writing it and the business side on the network be able to come to an understanding of exactly how long it'll run and let them finish a story. That's so rare. So it's not like I haven't seen this situation, but it was just tough on this one for all those reasons. And as I said, it's nice to have something this well done that I could recommend to folks who aren't sci-fi or fantasy fans. As we know, a lot of our shows, while I love them to death, the average or muggle style TV viewer who likes their cop shows, a lot of our genre shows, it's too much or too off beat for them to be able to enjoy it. But this is one of those rare ones where I could definitely recommend it to folks who enjoy drama and well done with strong writing and visuals and everything else. So it hit on all sides and really hurt there to have this not be coming back for a 4th season. Now, I do want to say, like I said, I'll put some links in the show notes for some of the other channels that had some great content, in case you're someone who's just getting into the show or was going to do rewatches and get some other things. But I do really want to call out one channel that was exceptional, and that's Unraveling the Pattern. Lauren, who does the videos there, is fantastic. I learned so much from his videos. He does a great job marking them with what spoiler level they're at for book readers or TV viewers. He's got an outstanding Watt for Wheel of Time 101 series that really helped me feel more confident in understanding the characters and the storylines to be able to get more out of the show, too. So this was just a rich community that I'm really going to miss having this to look forward to and speculate on what might have been coming down next. So it's tough when that happens, and this is definitely one of those situations. I wore my Terminator T-shirt not because I think we should like go after Amazon Prime. Not that hey, we don't all as fans want to have some control over what happens with our content, but just the nature of TV shows. Much like the Terminator never stops, and staying on mission. When it comes to TV shows, they're always going to get canceled before their time. I shouldn't say always. Almost always get canceled before their time. So you just have to go in knowing that. I know for some folks, when they get burned on a show they really love and it gets taken from them from whatever reason, they can never really go all in again on another show. And I respect that. If that's you, then I got no problem there at all. But for me, I'm someone who would kind of like wipe the slate clean. And then the next time a really good show and I'll go all in and then probably get kicked in the stomach. But it's the nature of being a fan, I think, of TV, but especially sci-fi and fantasy, since so many of ours don't tend to last very long. But it was a great experience while it was there. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too if you were a fan. Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Were you similar or what are your views on it, or have you even seen it at all? I'd love to hear from you there. If you've followed me on my podcasts or other content I've done over the years, you know that there's a quote I often go back to that I think is very true, and this is another great example of it. Easier to say than do very much, but this quote has been attributed often to Dr. Seuss, but doesn't mean that's definitely where it was, as we know over time. But the quote is, "Don't cry because it's over. Be happy it happened at all." And that's where I'm trying to go out on for this one. Easier said than done, like I just pointed out, but it might kind of help. So for those who are here, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. Your commenting and liking helps the channel. And coming up on doing another sci-fi and fantasy news video, and actually had to jump in and do this one first because of this news, but that'll be coming out within the coming days too. So appreciate you taking the time. If you're still here listening and watching, thank you. And I hope you all take care.